In general, cyclists like a bit of bling on their bike. Even I do. Which is why I fitted these gold ferrules to the end of my brake and gear cables on my otherwise rather dowdy touring bike. Okay, I also fitted a gold chain, but that's another story. However, not all bling is shiny. There's black gold, or otherwise known as carbon fibre. Let's be honest, some of us use carbon fibre rather gratuitously. And, at least in terms of cycling, there's nothing more decadent than carbon fibre water bottle cages. They also can be a relatively cheap upgrade, or so I thought. So I looked on a major retail website to see what I could get. Typically, each carbon fibre cage was at least £20, sometimes much, much more. Recently, Luke from Velo had looked at a number of carbon fibre bottle cages sourced from Aliexpress. He found most of them lacking in one way or another. There's a link to his video in the top right. I was well ahead of Luke in that just under a year ago I also purchased some carbon fibre bottle cages from AliExpress. However, unlike Luke, I didn't randomly buy bottle cages. I examined what's on offer and purchased what I thought was the best. There's a link to the seller and to the bottle cages that I purchased in the description. And this is one of the 4 water bottle cages that I purchased. The 4 water bottle cages cost me £34, including tax and shipping. They arrived in about 2 weeks. Well, first of all, I'm sure you want to know how heavy they are. Let's have a look. 20 gram each. Not the lightest you can buy, but to be honest, I've got 10 kilos of excess body fat on me, so worrying about a few grams on my bottle cage really is a futile exercise. I wanted the cages to be robust, stand up to heavy use, and obviously not break. The most critical part will be where it's bolted to the frame. So I only looked at cages that had a good amount of material around the bolt holes. Secondly, the bottom stops on the cages also a likely site of failure. So I looked for ones that had extra reinforcement like this around the bottom stop. The ones that I selected here are good because that ridge also extends up to the bottom bolt hole. Finally, I wanted to make sure they fitted a standard 750 milliliter water bottle. The site gave cage dimensions, so that was good. And finally, I want to make sure the bottle cages grip the bottles fairly well. I don't want bottles flying out as I go down a hill. As you can see here, these cages have a lip at the top that locates in the groove that goes round the outside of my bottles. So pulling the bottles out meets some resistance. Although at the time of purchase I didn't know how well this would work. Here's one fitted to my gravel bike. And as you can see here, I fitted a pair of them. Personally, I think they look quite sweet. As for how they work and how robust they are, I've been using a pair on my touring bike for a year, and I've never had a bottle fly out, and they've continued to work reliably. So, overall, I got 4 Bling carbon fibre bottle cages at a good price. From me, for now, it's goodbye.
As one of my cycling buddies once said, I could blow £100 on super lightweight bottle cages, or I could just blow my nose instead.